What is up, everybody? Welcome to Geeks Around Discussion Vidcast series. Of course, we are here talking about Arrow episode. Damn, we're on episode 320 already? Good God. Sah-him! This is a fun episode, and things actually started to come together with all the flashbacks we've been seeing this season so far. Let's go ahead and introduce the rest of our panel, starting off, of course, with our editor-in-chief, Matt Moore. What did you think of this episode?
I don't know. Did anything major happen? I mean, was there? I thought it was boring and nothing. I'm kidding. It was awesome. It was fucking amazing. Ollie was the bad guy, and it doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon. So, well, it probably will, but it doesn't look like it will. So, yeah, it was a great episode.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Community manager Knuckles Goldberg, same question. What'd you think of this one?
Oh, it was okay. I mean, there's some aspects I really didn't like about it, but I think things might change around the episode called My Name is Oliver Queen.
Yeah, that would be the finale. I'd say if things didn't pump up by the finale, it's like this season will kind of be screwed. Our UK correspondent, Ayub, what did you think of this episode?
I thought it was about time we got to see more of Nyssa on the show and see her take a more meatier role and take it from there. So, yeah, I was quite happy with it.
Yeah, definitely. And last and most certainly least, Isaiah Mullins. I'm just fucking with you, man. What did you think of this episode? Actually, just tell me why you hated it, fucking Isaiah.
Why I hated it? It's so boring. I couldn't hate it. It was just there. Like a fart in the wind. It was just there. I could care less.
Well, I was like, let me just go ahead and get my gripes out just at the beginning. Another fucking magic herb. You have any idea how tired of this shit I am? There's an herb for fucking everything. I swear to God. It's like, all right, you got the magic herb that makes the fucking kill Sarah, and that's just with no memories. Like, yeah, we got herbs for that. We got herbs to bring motherfuckers back to life that have been stabbed through the chest and fallen off the top of a damn cliff. And now there's even more herbs to have a motherfucker hallucinating and see whatever the fuck out Ra's al Ghul was talking about. By then I'd stop paying attention because it's another fucking magic herb. I'm tired of this shit. I mean, if they're gonna go with some brainwashing shit, it's like, couldn't they do what they did with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and, you will comply or some shit like that? I mean, fuck off with these magic herbs. If there's one more magic herb in this fucking show, then I'm done, okay? I'm done. I'm done with these fucking magic herbs.
You're not done. You're gonna love magic herbs. You're gonna hypnotize. You're gonna hypnotize.
You know there are gonna be more magic herbs. You do know they're gonna be there.
No. Done.
Not likely, but okay.
You understand that it's going to be a magic herb that ends up getting Oliver back to being Oliver, right?
Oh dear God! Don't get me started on that shit. No.
That's kind of what I was thinking they would do, and it's just, I'm just.
I hope not.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
I'm so fucking tired of them going to this thing. It's like, I mean, come on. It's like, that's one thing. It's like, I'll give Flash credit for it. There's no magic herbs and whatnot. It may be all pseudoscience and bullshit technology, but at least it's not magic fucking herbs. I'm tired of
try something new.
I've had enough. Yes, doing something a little bit different. Because it's like, this magic herb shit is kind of getting redundant. It's like, unless there's an episode where fucking Ollie and Diggle and Felicity are just sitting around smoking a fucking joint, I don't want to see any more goddamn herbs!
But one thing I have to say.
But what if it's a Flash crossover and it's an herb from the future?
Oh, fuck.
Was it Woodstock? Was it Woodstock? There you go. That's a good herb right there. Woodstock.
Yeah. Eobard Thom brings back magical future herbs with fucking nano machines and shit.
But one thing to me personally, I did like how it started out first. Oliver becoming like the dean himself, like Ra's al Ghul's next apprentice. That was really cool. And then it was dumbed down by other things that I did not care for, like Nyssa and who gave a fuck about her and other things. Can we just focus on Oliver and his journeys? I don't really care about that.
Okay, let's go ahead and put this to a vote. Let's see. Who gives a shit about Nyssa? Let's start with you. Abe, do you give a shit about Nyssa? Yes, okay.
I like
Matt,
Nyssa.
do you give a shit about Nyssa?
Yes, I do.
Stop lying.
Knuckles, do you give a shit about Nyssa?
I hate to be the detractor, but no, actually, I really don't care.
Thank
All
you.
right, fair enough. It's all tied up. DeAno, do I care about Nyssa? You goddamn right I do. I think she's an awesome
Why?
character.
Why is she? I mean, I would like to know this. Why is she an awesome character to you? I would like to know personally.
Because she's someone that has grown up in the League of Assassins and has gone through all this, so it's interesting seeing what she becomes when she's no longer a part of that. We saw little shades of that because, of Sarah and Malcolm, but unlike them, she was brought up in this from birth. This is literally all that she's known. And we actually saw shades of that in this episode when even doing a simple thing like, dipping your fries in your milkshake was something that was completely brand new and foreign to her. It's interesting seeing that journey happen.
So fish out of water scene, which we saw beforehand.
Yeah, but it's also watching them make the character more three-dimensional, because while she was one-dimensional as an assassin, and she's slowly been getting more and more three-dimensional after Sarah's death.
But I wish it was more sooner than just now. We're just seeing this now, because she was hanging back in the cut for like the first part of this whole season itself, and then she's just like, okay, she's open up more and more. But that's kind of like, for me, it's like too little, too late for me. It's like, I don't.
Well,
care.
she's gonna be. I'm sure that she's going to be like a main part of the storyline for the next few episodes, because of that whole heteronormativity thing, trying to make the gay person marry a straight guy.
Yeah.
But, I know, but
more Batmaning of Oliver Queen.
pretty much, yes. It's like, wow.
Because I haven't been tired of that either.
Right. It's like they're doing it again. Like, so is Oliver Batman now? Because please just tell me, writers, is he Batman? Just tell me he's Batman. I'll be okay if you just tell me he's Batman.
Well, last I checked, Talia wasn't gay. Nyssa
Yeah,
is.
but let's be honest.
But it's still basic concept. It's like, yes, you will marry my daughter and you will take my place as head of, the League of Assassins. Gee, where have I heard the storyline before? It sounds so familiar. It's on the tip of my tongue.
I don't know. You tell me.
if I could only think about it, it would be kind of.
No, I actually think that we're going to see the whole thing end up being a plan of Oliver and Nyssa.
Oh Lord.
That is actually something that I was gonna save for my wild speculation, but I think this entire episode was for us to see, and is not actually true. I think that Oliver might have talked to Ray, and made a plan with Ray to make sure that he couldn't get brainwashed beforehand.
Yeah, I also don't think that Oliver has. I know it seems on the surface that he is Sah-him. Yeah, I'm also not buying it.
Right.
So they got those special nanobots instead of herbs.
Oh dear Jesus.
Yes,
No.
exactly. Those nanobots find herbs.
The other very nonsensical thing.
Yeah, but you see,
If it's a magical patch that he puts on like his ass, I would be happy.
Oh Lord, please don't tell me
that.
that.
Bugs me. One of the things that bugs me is they're all trying to stop Oliver from killing people, but they don't stop John and his wife from shooting assassins and killing them.
Right. So they're both hypocrites.
So yeah,
okay.
it's just
It's okay. They have
Oliver's brain. Oliver will go to the dark side if he gets killed. If he kills somebody, but nobody else will.
Right.
Everybody's
confused
just
that.
more superior.
And also, I was okay with Oliver just killing bad guys. It was like not a big thing because he was killing bad guys. But so now he can't kill bad guys, but you guys get to kill bad guys. That doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
I'm confused.
I mean, it was fine. It was fine in season 1 when he was getting rid of the bad guys and killing them and everything. He didn't go insanely dark or anything like that. So
Yeah, that was pretty much okay, and now I don't know. It's like that's actually a really good point. I hadn't considered that. I honestly had not. One thing I have considered though is Black Canary still kind of getting her ass kicked by
everybody
comes up in front of her.
Well, she kind of got the edge with the Canary Cry, which we saw in Flash. So
yeah, it was
cool.
Very cool to see that finally used. In something akin to the way that it's used in the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
That was really great to see. The canary cry is in effect.
It was badass.
One of the reasons, by the way, that I don't care about Nyssa is I don't see her as a strong character. She has never bested Oliver. She hasn't really bested anyone in the show.
Right.
Well, I mean, she's bested anyone she's fought below Oliver's rank, which is
That's pretty sad.
almost everybody, like on the planet, she can kick their ass. Just not Oliver. I mean, she probably would be on par with Malcolm Merlin at this point.
No, I bet Malcolm could.
No, I don't think so. I think Malcolm can kill her.
I don't know about that.
Haven't they fought already and Nyssa came out on the winning side of that?
I think so.
No, it was a trap though. It was like she let herself lose too. So you might have a point there.
I think it was a draw.
Either or, it doesn't really matter to us. It's like,
Yeah, but my interest in her as a character is not based on her ability to whoop anybody's ass. Like that to me is not what makes a strong character a strong character. It's just a matter of like, are they interesting? And for me, at least, it's like her character is one that is interesting to me, and I'm really looking forward to just kind of seeing how they grow her characters. Like I'm hoping, I would really hope it would be awesome to me that if Katrina Law became a part of the permanent cast next season.
I would say that's quite likely because just looking at her IMDb page, all her other projects are either completed or in post-production. So now she is available to do so.
My thought, see, the thing that really pisses me off, and I'm getting back to this, is that basically her father is giving Oliver, like, here, I want you to rape my daughter. Can you rape my daughter for me, please?
wow, that's kind of harsh.
Yeah. It is harsh, and that is, I agree with that point. It is.
He's hundreds of years old. That's what people did back then.
Well, this ain't Game of Thrones, though. This ain't Game of Thrones.
But I have a feeling that it won't happen. Because
well, obviously. But it's just, I mean, how can you? It's so upsetting to me that's basically what he's done. Is my gay daughter, you are going to marry this guy, and you're going to have kids. Whether you want to,
and you're gonna fuck the gay out of her.
But you're saying that as someone who grew up in this social setting that we live in today in the present, where he did not.
I think that's one of the main reasons.
No. So the writers are doing it to prove how evil Raz actually is. That he has no hesitation to do something that any sane and normal person on the planet would think is totally evil. Right,
but I think the only main reason why Nyssa is not really good, really interesting to me, is because it just sounds like there's a blueprint just using Batman type material. I mean, we all know this beforehand, but it's not like, can you just do something new? You don't have to say he has to marry her when then it's like, tell her she has to join your side again or she dies or things like that nature. You don't have to say like, oh, you marry her, because that plotline has been used a billion times within the Batman universe, and it's just nothing really new. And when they use Damian, it's like, really, Damian? You have to use the only person you can't use any names in the whole universe. You use Damian. And I know it's a Batman character again, and yes, it's towards Batman having a son, but that's another long story. But it's like they're just hinting.
Damian Dark, a character that existed in DC long before Damian Wayne did.
Yeah,
Damian Dark is a character in the DC universe.
Yeah, but
look that up.
No, but come on.
Very relevant character at that.
Yes.
It's like it was at the point. It's like the second that Roz name dropped Damian Dark, is like I started geeking out. It's like, and you can tell you because I started like frantically testing him. It's like Damian Dark, Damian fucking Dark, holy shit!
Let's be honest now. But let's be honest here. When they started name dropping with any word saying Damian, it was like, wait a minute, it's a Batman character, and people will do that too.
Yeah, people aren't going to do that until they.
No, that's what you did, and now you're putting that on everyone else.
They're really going to do that.
People who don't know the universe are going to, or know a little bit about the universe, will likely assume it's Damian Wayne.
Right. So that's not really. That's cool to use that name, but if he used his last name, it would have been cooler than saying his whole full name. Like, he could use his other name, dude.
Yeah. That dark guy. He should totally say that dark guy is a pain in my ass.
There you go. That would have still been interesting. You have to use the other name.
You can't just call someone dark.
Well, too damn bad.
We got a dark president. We can't
got
just
Darkseid.
call the people dark.
What about Darkseid? He's great. He's not.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so moving on. Yeah, it's like I'm sorry. It's like first of all, it's like okay, to start addressing that point. People who are I don't think the majority of people is like watching TV would even have a clue who Damian Wayne is.
True.
It's like general persons. Like I mean, everyone knows Bruce Wayne, Batman. Everybody knows Dick Grayson, Robin. I don't even think people. It's like I mean, like if you ask me, it's like I mean, I can name off 5 Robins.
Right.
Easy.
There's a lot.
Not even hard. For your average person, most would say Dick Grayson. I think quite a considerable number. No one would say Jason Todd. A lot of people would say Tim Drake. I don't think you get one Stephanie. I don't think you would get a oh god. Yeah, I don't think you get a Stephanie. I don't think that you get a Damian. I for damn sure don't think you get a Carrie. That's just beyond the knowledge of most people. It's like I mean because if someone knew about Damian Wayne being existing, that means people would also have to know that Dick Grayson at that point was serving as Batman. General people don't know that. It's like for most people, Bruce Wayne is Batman. Period. Right. I mean, it's like they couldn't even name Jean-Paul Valley as having been under the cape and cowl at one point.
Right. I mean,
so it's like I mean I understand where you're coming from, Isaiah, because you're geeky enough to know all this stuff, but we are not the average viewer.
I'm not saying you guys are the average viewer. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying like because since DC itself is pushing out the next animated movie for Batman, which again has his son, and we all know this too. By the way, they're all different too. Damian Dark and Damian Wayne are both different people. They're not the same. But since you're pushing that out as well, and Batman's very popular with everyone else. And the comic book of Batman and Robin, which was when Dick took over as Batman, it was a really badass comic book. It was like people were still get more familiar with Damian himself, and plus he had a piss poor death.
Dude, people who are geeks don't read comic books. What planet are you living on?
Hey, now, if you don't read comic books, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you.
Hey, I agree. Comic books have awesome stories and whatnot. Yeah, but again, we are the minority, my friend.
Wow.
Speak for yourself. I don't read comics.
I rest my case.
And I actually, have no idea who Damian
I'm just saying that the non-comic book readers in this hangout are the minority. Because there are 3 of us here at least who read comic books all the time.
Okay, but it's like, to be fair to that, the only reason I read comic books is because of you. It's like I don't go out looking for them. It's like you tell me, it's like, here, read this shit, and I'm like, okay, I'll read this shit. That's about the extent of it. It's like otherwise that it wouldn't be happening. It's like the first time I've read a comic book since
The Watchmen.
The last comic book I read before you started convincing me to read comics was probably Spawn number 57, I think.
Wow. Spawn. Wow.
Yeah, the original run.
Yes.
That tells you how long
That's
ago.
going way back there.
Yeah.
That's going way back.
So, when it comes to Damian Dark, though, Damian Dark, of course, has ties with Hive.
Mm-hmm.
In the comics, he ends up dying by the hand of Vandal Savage. So I'm wondering whether or not we're actually going to see Vandal Savage in Arrow. If we're going to have like Damian Dark as a bad guy for a little bit, and then we're going to get Vandal Savage in here.
No, that I would like the most.
That would make sense for like the following season. So Damian Dark is a big bad for next season, and then Savage in the following season.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they do it beforehand too with like the with Slade and like Brother Blood? Like they did the same thing as before. Like, oh damn. Matter of fact, I hope they don't do that then. I just be repeating the same trail again and again. Like, nah, matter of fact, I already take Damien Dark then. Never mind then.
Yeah, it's like, well, Lou Rod is saying, it's like, Lou Rod's not, of course, normally a contributor. He's saying Auntie's not here, but it's like he's leaving a comment. He says the average person does not read a comic, so they don't know, who Damien Dark is. They'll think it's a new villain. Yeah, that's pretty much what I agree with.
Yeah, it's just I don't know whether he's actually going to end up being called the Green Arrow or whether the writers are going to go away from the green thing.
Well, actually, it's like we know from Flash. It's like this is not the first time that Flash has given us insight on what's going to happen in Arrow. It's like because we all knew this turn was coming specifically because of set photos from Flash. But actually, in this week's episode, we saw this newspaper from the future that specifically called out Green Arrow as Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Now it's like
Yeah.
Now the only question is like no one's saying that that's Oliver Queen, but. I mean, come on, it's Oliver Queen.
It's Oliver
Yeah.
Queen.
So I was like, I'm looking forward definitely to seeing that unfold. And now it's like something else I liked in this episode. Well, I kind of did and I didn't. All of these flashbacks are actually starting to become useful because that Alpha Omega virus that all these flashbacks have been about for quite some time is finally coming into play in the present. That part's good. The part that's bad is that we're obviously looking at another city under siege situation.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Kind of thought we did a couple of times already, and I was thinking that maybe this time we could go a different route, but nope, we're city under siege again. It's like it's like an annual event. I think that if I lived in Starling City, it would just like be
I'd move.
around May. No, I wouldn't move. I'd still live there. Just in May, you go on a vacation. It's like, obviously, some shit is going to go down every fucking year, so I'm just going to leave, I'm going to go off somewhere peaceful, like Calcutta or Baghdad.
Yeah, but, the place, the quiet places are running out because then you have a problem at Starling City, then you'll have a problem at Central City.
That's one thing I always have like a problem with this universe of just CW. Like they can go to other DC Universe cities. It's not a bad thing. It'd be really cool.
You can't go to New York right now.
Well, you mean Chicago?
No, I meant New York.
I know, but I'm saying it's like a Batman thing. Yeah, I know what you mean.
In any case, so assuming that we have some major thing happen in Starling City, and then we have some major thing happen in Central City. It's going to be like a virus. It's like Central City has caught whatever Starling City had. And then, like, every May, some shit goes down.
Mm-hmm.
It's like time to move to Coast City or Blue Haven.
Yeah, because nothing ever happens there.
Or move to a different
Nothing
universe.
right now.
Right. Let's move to a different universe, folks. You'd be okay. Kinda.
It's like, shit, it's like, fuck that. It's kind of getting predictable. It's like when you have citywide catastrophes marked on your calendar, well in advance.
He said it's just a Tuesday.
Basically. It's like in the case of Starling City, it's like so some big thing. This wouldn't even be the first time this season.
Right.
Although it's like the majority of it last time, the whole brick scenario that was mostly focused on the Glades for the most part.
That was cool.
But still, it's like City Under Siege is like we come on, writers, we played this game before.
Yeah, can we just do something different that's all quiet? Like do something quiet.
Well, not even quiet. It's like if you have to do something, it's like just make it more personal, make it more meaningful to the people that we've been following all this time. You don't have to do some sort of big grandiose thing every year, because if you do this big grandiose thing every year, then that big grandiose thing becomes your average mediocre thing because we're all expecting it.
Well, yes. And also because since the Glades was a little bit more personal for some of our characters like Roy, it made it more interesting. When Slade attacked the city, it was like, okay, we know this person is Oliver. But now you're attacking the city again. It's like, who's this person before? Oliver again, or who else? I'm just agreeing with you, DeAno, because this is getting more and more. Like, can we just go to different Can we just go to different evil plot? Can you just say you're gonna put snakes on the plane? That'd be cool. Put snakes on the plane. At least that's different.
Okay, now that we've discovered Shockingly, how come Isaiah's not a television writer?
Because I'll be just too much for people. I'll be too much.
That's certainly a way of saying it.
See, there you go. I just want to be Richard Pryor. He's more funnier than me. Yeah.
Okay, then. All right, let me see. What else interesting happened in this particular episode? It's like again, because we were so tightly focused on one storyline. It's like this is another week when it's kind of simple to talk about everything because there weren't a lot of threads happening. It was primarily this one. Although it's like I will say that it was cool to see Thea, suit up.
That was cool.
And show up showing that she's a pretty decent archer herself, which if you've been paying attention to the show for a long time and kind of noticed details, you might notice that she was an archer long before all of this. It's like she has archery trophies in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So also, she already knew what she was doing in this department. Might still not be quite as good as Oliver, but I'm sorry, Isaiah, I keep interrupting you. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was gonna say like really quickly that she made actually a really good reference / joke, like, hey, Diggle, you should get a suit. Like, no, fuck that shit. I am not getting a suit. Like, really, dude? Yeah, you're the only black person on the team who has a suit.
Thea got a goddamn costume before you did.
At least we found out he doesn't want a costume.
That's bullshit. That's what the writer said. That's what the writer said. Like,
put him in a fucking costume anyways. Like, bitch, you will suit up. I don't care. Put him in fucking lava. I don't care. Something.
I mean, it was funny when he wore the Arrows costume earlier on in the season. That was hilarious.
Yeah. This is something. I mean, give him a cool hat.
Anything would be cool. Anything.
It's like, just rate me off a little something. I mean, it's like, yeah. I'm gonna pull a page out of Isaiah's book, y'all.
Wow.
All the white people got outfits.
Exactly. When the black person
all you have to do is put on a freaking handkerchief. Put on a freaking handkerchief.
A handkerchief and sunglasses.
Yeah.
Costume confirmed.
Anything would be cool. Anything.
Yeah.
Well, Kingpin pulled off a decent costume as a suit, so,
Yeah, I agree with
Diggle
that.
can handle a suit.
Well, I can't be on that one. He's right.
Something. All right. But yeah, it's like I kind of think we've covered everything. It's like is there anything relevant that we were really missing? Because like there was characters we haven't even seen in this particular episode. It's like, I mean, Captain Lance wasn't there, and it's probably for the best. He didn't need to be. This is a pretty focused episode, showing essentially Oliver Queen's transformation into Sah-him. And that's just
knows Roy's alive.
Blue.
He knows that Roy's alive.
Yeah, and I'm glad she got told that. And it's like, and I was totally on Felicity's side. It's like, yeah, because Roy did want her to know, but yeah, it's like since that happened, shit's been kind of happening, and yeah, there was that whole you died thing, and then there's this whole Oliver thing, and there's this and that, and yeah, that kind of fell through the cracks. But now.
Well, I was also kind of in one way I was happy that Felicity was staying true to Ollie and saying, yeah, he's fine, he'll be fine. But it was just verging on getting annoying. It's like,
it was.
How much evidence do you need, woman?
I don't know. That's a good question.
So that was one thing that had it gone any longer, it would have been very annoying.
Yeah, I do agree with him. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, also, really quickly though, like we have been doing this as well. Like Oliver's dead notion, like with the last season, like when Oliver was not last season, but the mid-season final, when him and Rosalind was going at it, and everyone said, no, Oliver's not dead, and all other nonsense. It's like, oh, here we go again with this shit. Don't think Oliver's not dead. It's just his persona is gone for the time being, and he's like, that whole scenario is like they're doing it again.
Yeah.
And again.
Yeah, I think that for the next season they're going to need to change it up quite a lot to keep people interested, because otherwise it's just going to be, oh, wait a second, we've seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest fear about the show. Is that they're not doing nothing creative yet. I mean, they have some cool things, but when it runs out, they have nothing really to fall back on. They just repeat the same storyline elements, which is kind of a big worry for me.
Yeah, and another big worry for me is like, okay, it's like I'm kind of wondering if the writers do realize that Green Arrow is his own character and has his own history to draw from. So it's like maybe we can stop using Batmans now. I mean, just a thought. It's like maybe throw in a few Green Arrow villains instead of using Batman villains.
Yeah.
I mean, just an idea. Just an
Loosen
idea.
the training wheels. Loosen the training wheels. Let go of the training wheels. Give him his own bike. I'm just saying.
Or might as well just go full on Batman and bring Bane in next season.
Oh,
Yeah.
Why?
Bane, Joker, Poison Ivy. I mean, fuck it.
Matter of fact, they got Grundy, so he can't be Bane because he's more stronger than Bane himself. So get that last comment.
And the fact that they're two completely different characters.
Well, yes, but one's more cooler than the other.
Moving on.
I don't know. Tell me.
So we're going to go ahead and kick it in wild speculation time before I figure out which button on this keyboard makes Isaiah's computer explode, hopefully maiming him in the process.
Nah. That's impossible at times.
So we have 2 episodes remaining of this season. Just to preface wild speculation a little bit. 2 episodes left. We know that Katana is a very, very large part of next week's episode, and of course, the title of our finale is "My Name Is Oliver Queen," and that to me is very telling. So, wild speculation, go. Who's got something? Actually, it's like, well, let's go ahead and get Isaiah's out of the way first. I know he has something.
All right. We don't want to bring up the good cheap at times. So, anyways, folks. So, since we're just going with the whole head of the dragon, I think that as time goes on, Oliver is going to take on more bigger responsibility. He's not, because let's be honest now, there's Oliver still there. He's still there. He might be playing the whole game for the long haul. Like, say, like, yes, I'm what's his face, but I'm really Oliver Queen deep down inside. Because if I wasn't, then I would have killed Diggle. I would have killed my sister easily. I mean, really easily. So he's playing possum here. And so when he gets Ra's al Ghul's trust, and we all seen this before, he's on pretty much backstab or pretty much betray Ra's al Ghul because he knows his weakness, which is pretty much that's how you beat an opponent, gain their trust so you can beat them on their own grounds or your own grounds really. And so this is where we lead on to more interesting things. And once Ra's al Ghul is gone, then he has to deal with the Hive because pretty much the Hive is pretty much on a leash thanks to League of Assassins. Now they have no leash. Once Ra's al Ghul is gone, it's gonna be more trouble as time goes on.
Okay, I mean that's pretty good speculation.
I think that Oliver's going to become a killer again, and he's going to start with Raz.
Yeah, it's like I actually think that this whole what he's doing, because I do believe that he is not truly in this Sah-him thing.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I think that whole situation with Diggle's wife would have gone another way. But I think he needs everybody to absolutely believe it. And in his mind, it's probably kind of getting them back a little bit for making that whole plan with Roy and not keeping him in the loop. So they're not going to be in the loop of this plan. I do think that it's a trick. I do think that it's something to kind of lull Roz into a false sense of security. I think that what Oliver's trying to do is to take down the League of Assassins from the inside.
Right.
To expand on that, because I absolutely believe that as well. I don't think he's going to take absolutely everything down because of the fact that my theory that he's going to be in charge of Queen Consolidated again. I'm still standing by that. I think that he's going to get that back, hopefully by the end of this season or the very beginning of the next season. And I think he's going to use the resources he gets from the League of Assassins to be able to pay for that.
Interesting.
Huh. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's like one last little bit of a thing to add to my wild speculation. Um, if Nyssa was not a part of Oliver's plan before, and that's a really, really big if because I truly think she was, then she certainly is now.
Yeah, it's like it was just so. It's so. I mean, it's just so like it's like an elephant in the room. Like, come on, Oliver. We all can see your plan if you're just playing this as possum. But I do have a quick. Go ahead first. I was gonna ask the question though.
I was just gonna say is like, and the reason I think that is because for two fighters as skilled as Nyssa and Oliver, there's no way that fight between them should have been that short. That was just for show. There's absolutely no way.
I'm going to actually disagree on that. I bought it because of the fact that it was a much longer fight previously, and apparently Oliver had stepped his game up quite a bit in the 3 weeks that he was there.
Yeah, plus he needed help. He needed help by how to stop Ra's al Ghul, which Malcolm didn't do much of a good job anyway. So he's pretty much getting the horse himself. Like, how do I become like you? How do I become a killer? And if I am a killer, it's like, oh, this is how I become a killer? Okay, this is how I stop you? Okay. I mean, how I can help you? Okay. Don't mind me. I'm just writing down some things. So
I think Isaiah's spurting out random words again.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm hearing. I don't know. He's gone off to Isaiah land. Does anyone else have any wild speculations they wanted to throw out? Thinking. Okay. In that case, we're going to go ahead.
Unless Ollie gets a Batmobile, I think
Jesus.
speculating out.
No, hey, come on, man.
No,
it'll
but
be an Aeromobile.
He'll get a cave though because he can't use the club anymore.
No,
There you go, see?
I'll get a car once Diggle gets a suit.
He's gonna get a cave underneath the Queen Mansion, which we haven't even seen in like a season. And he's gonna get a butler named Alfie.
No, it's gonna be the Batmobile, but it's gonna be like a stretch limo, and Diggle will be the driver, and he'll have the chauffeur hat. That'll be his costume.
Wow, that was Daisy.
Actually, I think that next season we're going to see Ollie run for mayor.
Oh Jesus, that'd be more fun to watch.
I'm surprised they didn't pull that card before, like they did in Smallville. In Smallville, Jonathan.
Wait a second. I just want to point out. We have made it 39 fucking minutes. No Smallville reference. That is a new record here on Geeks Around.
Well, the Smallville.
Why don't you step on my point, DeAno? Why don't you step on my point?
The Smallville.
I just have to point that out. Go ahead.
It's usually.
In any case, Jonathan Kent ends up being elected state senator, and then he ends up dying, and they just, oh, you know what? We're gonna give it to his wife. I'm surprised they didn't do that in this show. It's like, oh, Moira Queen's the mayor, but she's dead now, so let's give it to Oliver.
Oh my goodness! I hope that's not.
I mean, it makes just as much sense.
True, but I hope they don't pull that card. I hope they don't.
It was like a season or two ago, Isaiah. If they would have pulled that card, they would have pulled it then.
Hey, you never know sometimes.
You do understand this is a discussion on the TV show Arrow, right?
I know.
Okay.
Well, considering that
Hawkgirl are usually for Flash, but that might change once they discover some caves with writings underneath something in the show.
Well, don't forget that in the Flash teaser, the newspaper of the future, there was a Hawkgirl reference, and Hawkgirl was in Smallville, so it all links together.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Don't encourage him. What is the matter with you?
Wait, Hulk is that's Marvel though.
DC.
Yeah, all DC is like, and we already know that in the spinoff show we're gonna see, in the third spinoff show we're gonna see Hawkgirl in addition to Captain Cold and Heatwave and Atom and.
No one cares about Atom.
For some reason, the actress that played Sarah Lance, even though she's dead. So
she's gonna play the White Canary, which makes no sense. Yeah.
Which is just weird.
Yes, it is.
More than somewhat. But it should be interesting to see how these things work out. It's like we got 2 episodes of Arrow left, and Geeks Around will be with you every step of the way at youtube.com/geeksoftheround. If you have anything for us, you can always email us at geeksoftheround@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail on our line. That number is 801-609-GOTR. Again, that is 801-609-4687. This has been the Geeks Around discussion for Arrow. We will see you next week for the penultimate episode. Holla.